You are now tuned into Flippin' the Birds, a Philly Sports Network podcast.
Almost.
Did I get it?
Almost
got it. Damn, almost got it. Damn it. But that was probably my best that I've had in a while.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you very much.
That was a lot of progress.
So thank you all for joining us and seeing me grow into the role that I was thrust into, because Brian decided it was more important to get his 3-year-old a dog instead of listening to our newest Eagles member. So it's shame on Brian for picking up a new husky named Snow Gonzalez. Whatever dog's name.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
whatever.
The last name he didn't choose, to be fair. But
I don't think the first name either. Did you call it?
Oh yeah,
Snow?
that's fair.
Yeah, so when you adopt a dog, he said it's 13 months, so it's probably too old to make a new name. Like when I got my dog Macy, she was only 3 months, and we got her as Sophie. So now 3 months she's not used to her name. I don't know if 13 months. I think he's stuck with Snow Gonzalez.
I mean, I don't think you ever use the full government.
No, if you got a dog named Snow Gonzalez, you just gotta say Snow Gonzalez. You gotta be like, Snow Gonzalez, sit. So Snow Gonzalez, come here.
Right.
Snow Gonzalez, stop licking yourself. They got to do that the whole thing.
That's actually not a bad name at all.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll tell Brian Renell.
We'll let him know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are joined by the newest Eagle, Renell Wren. He comes over from the Bengals, and he's been part of a pretty hell of a line now. That he joins. And how you doing, Renell? Thank you for coming.
Man, I'm doing good. Definitely blessed for the opportunity. I'm ready to answer any questions you guys give, and excited to be a part of the Eagles territory now. So within the next month or two, we report back, and excited to see the players and engage with them, and ready to get active.
Now, are you? I know you played in Cincinnati for 3 years, and coming from Arizona, you kind of got acclimated to
the weather.
To the weather, but Philly's cold. So are you good with the cold weather?
Not too bad. I mean, yeah, I played at Arizona State for 5 years, but I was originally, playing ball in Missouri.
Right.
Missouri, we had all 4 seasons, rain, snow, sleet, and shine, and all that stuff. We get it all. I'm very aware that, Philadelphia gets cold, snowy, and all that stuff, but it's something I got acclimated with, because I was with the Bengals, which was in Ohio for the past 3 years. So it's not too bad at all.
So before Morgan goes, let me just drop your nugget for you. So I don't know if you saw the little bitty news today that we had a few different news. Aaron Rodgers re-signed with the Packers, and Russell Wilson gets traded from Seattle to Denver.
Yep.
Morgan just found this today. So when Denver traded up for Drew Lock, one of the players in that deal today, they traded away a 2nd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, and I think a 6th-round pick to move up in the draft to the Bengals. One of those picks that they traded, number 125, ended up being you. So you were one of the picks in that trade. So everything comes full circle. Look at that today.
That's crazy, huh?
It's wild how things happen.
It's very wild. Man, if only you knew so much information on how things work and everything, and it hit spots on too.
Mm-hmm. What was your experience with free agency? I know it didn't last very long, but what was your experience with free agency? How did it go? And what first kind of lit the light bulb in coming to Philly for you?
Shoot, I wasn't really worried about the free agency part. Being with the Bengals, I was doing what I can to make the team better and for us to win every week, and and got us to the Super Bowl, which I was very, very blessed to experience because, people been in the league for like 10 plus years, 8 plus years and everything and never experienced it. So after experiencing that and seeing the Super Bowl and all that stuff, I was like, man, I want to get back to it. I definitely want to get back to it. But yeah, it was definitely good. Now that I say that I've been on a Super Bowl team before, and so is the Eagles. They went 2017?
Yep, 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 years ago, which was very
4 years ago.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which was they've been there very recently. So going to an experience program and learning from the best, Fletcher Cox and the D-line group and everything. I'm very excited to be a part of that program.
Yeah, so we read that that Fletch was actually one of the guys you were looking up to, coming out. So
Most
how
definitely.
does that feel now that you are not only with him, but most likely Brandon Graham's a free agent, but he'll most likely be back. But you got Brandon Graham, you got Josh Sweat who came out of nowhere last year to really not really out of nowhere, but he really ascended to a next level last year. And you got Javon Hargrave.
Yeah, I was just talking about Hargrave. I watched him at Pittsburgh. He was number 79 back then. Very, very. He dominated. He dominated for sure. I was watching film of him too. Fletcher Cox is great as well. Getting off the ball, hand work, hand placement. Staying low and everything. Just being experienced to the game. It makes the game more slower, which means you can make more plays. Back to back and all that. So I'm definitely blessed to be around that group and learning from the best and all that, and we're gonna move forward from there.
Did it make a factor in wanting to come to Philly, getting to learn from those guys, or just like an added bonus? It seems like a great place to come and learn.
Yeah, so everything was just up in the sky. Just continue to work and continue to grind, and my agent hit me up with exciting news. And I said, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. Fresh opportunities, fresh atmosphere and everything. People say the grass ain't always greener on the other side, but I know everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it with a grain of salt and moved forward from there. And I'm with the Eagles now, so I'm definitely grateful for that. And I'm ready to get to work.
Well, the grass is actually greener in Philly, I believe. Chris,
it is definitely greener than Cincinnati. Yeah, so it's they do a little bit better landscaping out here in Philly. So everything's nice and especially with Nick Sirianni, who likes to let his garden grow. With the Eagles.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. So how first, have you been able to get in contact with any of the players your new teammates or anything like that? Or?
Man, I forgot his name. Who is number 55?
Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham. So I've seen him a couple of times while I was in the facility, getting paperwork and things done.
So this is recently then.
This was recent.
So if Brandon Graham's been in the building recently, I guess that's a good sign for those Eagles fans at home. Here's breaking news. Brandon Graham probably coming back.
Man, I talked to him just a couple of times out the building, just introducing, myself to him and vice versa. What was the question again? Like, who did I talk? And then, I also had somebody from Instagram. I forgot his name, but he just said, "Welcome to the team, my guy." And I said, "Yes, sir. I'm excited, and let's get to work, man." So, and I also was in Arizona too, and I forgot his name. Kayvon Wallace.
Yeah, so we actually had Kayvon on our podcast after he was drafted. So you're actually our 4th Eagles player that we've had so far. We had Kayvon, we had Graylin Arnold before when he was on the team that was on Houston, and we had Sean Bradley, one of the linebackers. We've actually had him on twice. So we're building a roster. We're building our own roster. They're all defense. Maybe we'll get an offensive player next. But we're all, you guys. You are definitely going to a team that's young, for the most part, and hungry. There's been talk that this Eagles defensive line last year didn't really get home too much. Sacks were pretty low, but pressure was there. How do you think you can help that defensive line that really they did well rushing the passer as far as production, they like pressure, like I just said. But how do you get home? Like what's the key for you when you're on that line? Like, now I'm gonna go put the quarterback on his ass right now.
Well, the key to it for myself is to really turn it up like this off season. I have a technique coach named Jay Caldwell. I was training outside of football with him and with my guy Mike Daniels. He's been in the league for 10 years now. Really just more film watching and just understanding that you can dominate every single play. So just being able to just know that I can go on that defensive line and just know that I can be productive as I can and do my part so that either I can make the play or somebody else can make the play. Because like you said, I am team and everything. So just it's gonna be it's been a great off season so far. Despite of me getting married this weekend and having other distractions towards that and everything, but I'm soaking it all in, taking it all in. So it's going to be very exciting. And once we head back for all-season training activities and getting to know the players and everything, get more comfortable, get more acclimated to the playbook and everything. This thing's going to start moving slow. And I'm just going to go out there and dominate and play.
I mean, we said it off camera before this started, but again, congratulations on this weekend.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for you.
Can we confidently say this will be your first of at least 2 rings with the Eagles?
There you go.
Come on now. Come on.
So we do have a question in the chat, and I'd like to piggyback off it as well. Something that's always stood out for you is your quick first step. You're an athletic dude. Especially for your size. So that's kind of always been the case. But what do you think that you have grown with your time in the NFL? And we got a question in the chat as well that says, what has your NFL career been like from being drafted going to your second team? So what was that process like over the last 2 years? And what do you think you've developed the most?
Man, what I've developed the most is my pass rushing. I was that guy, in college, I was just a bull rush guy and always just putting my hands in the middle of the man, but knocking him back. But I've definitely progressed from, disengaging and working half a man to get to the quarterback and being more aggressive, being more dominant and everything. Like I said from earlier, just taking it play by play. Everything is not going to be correct, but if you go 110%, then you can't be wrong because you're going to mess up something in the backfield. So just I just realized, that, the past 3 seasons is more of a mental game than a physical, aspect of the game. Keep your mental right and, like I said, stay in the playbook, taking it play by play and everything and not stressing out and everything. It takes a long way. It takes a long way, and just staying healthy and just being able to be reliable, be dependable, and just letting the coaches know that, hey, I'm here and I'm ready, and let's go. Because D line and I think running backs or something is like the top 2 positions to like drop like flies and everything.
Right. Of course.
But yeah.
So just a quick break from Eagle stuff. There's been breaking news. Bobby Wagner was released.
Okay.
Bobby Wagner was released.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you may have a new Eagles teammate soon. Just I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. But that'll be nice. But yeah, that's 10 seasons with Seattle, and they're saving $16 million on releasing them. That's Seattle's been rough today. I don't know. But yeah, so we have a Cincinnati, like the city of Cincinnati question. I guess we have a follower that's from Cincinnati. And so they have from Logan Jones, Renell, you can only keep one, Skyline Chili or La Rosa's?
La Rosa's.
No, what's the difference? Obviously, we're I'm in New Jersey,
Yeah.
Morgan's
I'm
in
Canadian,
Canada,
so.
and Morgan's in freaking Canada.
I would say Skyline Chili. I remember going there my rookie year, and I love like chili cheese dogs and everything. But when I tell you they overdose you on the cheddar cheese, man. I mean, like on the hot dogs, on the salad,
I mean,
on
is
the
that even a
chili and
thing? Because
everything.
I love cheese, so I don't know if
That's what
there's
I'm
a
saying. I
thing.
mean, man, I'm praying for those who are lactose intolerant to, you
Oh,
know,
of course.
take
Always.
their vitamins or take their pills or whatever they stuff put in there. Because boy, I remember having some chili with, the cheese that they put on top. It was like I was just eating the cheese and I ain't getting nothing else. I just had a whole bowl of cheddar cheese, man. So yeah, I definitely keep La Roses in that book.
Well, I mean, you might have to get used to the cheese in Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got cheesesteak.
yeah, Philly cheesesteaks. You know what? I actually wanted to get one when I was out there, but I'm definitely going to make that trip as soon as I land back out there.
So that means we got to tell our followers. So make sure you put in the chat right now. We'll put it up for Renell. The spots to hit.
Great
That's a
spots to
big
get.
topic. That's a big topic in Philly. Which you got Steve's roast pork. You got I mean, you can't go to Pat's and Geno's. We got to put that out there right now because that's the tourist spot. Like that's where those are the two like first ones, and that's where all the tourists go. I got to get a picture at Pat's or Geno's. Don't go there. You got you.
He said,
But we got some people in the chat that'll definitely put some stuff out there in the chat for you to go. And my notifications are blowing up from Slack right now.
okay,
But
for
that's that
sure.
sound.
Please let me know. Tell me
Yeah,
the locations. I will for sure go and check it out.
yeah, we'll definitely have that. We'll have people on Twitter do that. So we got we already got one. Like I said, John's roast pork. People love that one. They got and you got to go to post game recovery craft beer at Victory Brewing. It's we got it all in Philly. You'll be set.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keep it coming.
You'll be set. We got some passionate fans. We got some loving fans. We'll love you to the
Oh
day
yeah,
you retire.
I heard the Eagles have some die-hard fans for
So
sure.
so speaking of these fans, a hot
That's what I
topic.
wanted to know.
A hot topic with fans and the players, especially in Philly. We don't get why it's so like magnified in Philly because it happens everywhere, but in Philly, the big thing is Philly fans boo too much, and it doesn't matter what sport. We have the whole thing that's happening with Ben Simmons now, and he's filing a grievance against the 76ers because they hurt his feelings, and all this stuff. But how does being in Cincinnati the last 3 years, as a rookie, you were part of a like not that great of a team overall, and then you've built and built and built. So I'm sure you've heard your fair share of boos, in Cincinnati. What are your feelings on fans booing like a player based on like their performance?
I mean, I don't want to speak too much on, the Bengals and the fans because I'm in a new program with great fans heading forward.
Right.
However, the first couple of seasons, we actually had true fans. I've never experienced like a fan, going crazy or, seeing fans like throwing like food or like disrespecting players and everything. Diehard fans out there, and has their right to get upset, has their right, freedom of speech and everything. However, I don't let that affect my game or affect how I move after the next play or when we take a L or we take a dub back home and everything. So, I really don't I love the fans, regardless. And, um fans they don't see everything what happens behind closed doors when we practice and how we prep and everything, but they always appreciate it. So yeah, that's the thing I want to say.
I mean, that's all we ask for. Like we ask, like what you just said,
Yeah,
like
it's perfect.
the players that, and then, we just interviewed a draft prospect a couple weeks ago who said the same thing. Fans boo. It is what it is, but it's not going to
Yep.
affect me. I'm going to go out and still play my game. That's all we
Yeah,
ask.
exactly. Because once you feed in into like the news feed and what people say about you or and everything, and if you let that affect you, just off anybody writing something on Instagram and Twitter, then you're going to have a long career.
So speaking of Cincy, we got another one from Logan Jones. How much did you learn from Geno Atkins, DJ Reader, Ogunjobi, when you were when you were in Cincy? What were the best lessons you took away from some of those dudes?
Man, Geno Atkins, DJ Reader, and Ogunjobi was great. Geno, such an old head. He really didn't have like no finesse moves. He likes to counter. He likes to bull rush just how I do.
He just likes to throw people down to the ground. Huh?
That's exactly what I'm saying. The man is ridiculously strong, and just having that experience in the game, you know, he calmed down from a lot, and he definitely, despite of what happened within like the year or two, everything were with free agency and everything. You know, I haven't talked to him in a while, but you know, with DJ Reader, dominant. DJ Reader and Ogunjobi very dominant. You know, Ogunjobi gets off that ball quick. We had a lot of, you know, physical traits, and you know, with DJ Reader, he knows the game. He knows the backfield set. You know, the tight end when they yak motion and everything. He knows exactly what's going to happen before it happens, and that's how he make plays. And so far as Larry, you know, I hope to stay in contact with them and still learn the game from them, because they have a great amount of experience with each other and, you know, individually, and, you know, the best is yet to come for all of us.
I mean, I'm curious, you know, just kind of going off that, and I do have to address something in the chat as well. I've gotten to Travis Kelce before, and I asked my girlfriend.
Yeah, one of our fans says, "Morgan look like Travis Kelce."
No, she said no. So I don't measure up.
Like,
I guess
you actually do. Now that he's
all right, no, I'll take it. That's not, you know, I'm okay with that.
Not bad. It's not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Well, she told you no because she probably likes him better. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough, you know. I mean, it's you know, he's got quite the resume. But yeah, I'm curious too. You know, you talked about what you learned from the guys in Cincy, and you know, you're coming to another team with a lot of veterans. To learn from what kind of jumps off the tape for you for the guys that you're joining. Like, what are you excited to learn? Who are you excited to be around? And I know you talked about Fletcher Cox. What was one thing that you know kind of stood out for you for Fletch?
Getting off that ball, striking with his hands powerful, disengaging. You know, he does that a lot, and he did that a lot throughout his career. And it's just great to, you know, having people experience like him in the league, so you can learn from them and be better than them one day. I know he's a great guy, you know, on and off the field. You know, and like I said from earlier, when we're getting ready to report, I will be in contact with him, because I definitely, you know, want to be great, and I will be great, and, you know, move forward from there, and the best is yet to come for that. Hargraves, right? Number 97? Yep, coming from Pittsburgh, very dominant. I've been watching both of their films now, and it's just outstanding of, you know, what they do, and, you know, the things that they need to do in order to make a play or to help somebody else make the play. So I don't see no selfishness or anything, and I like their grind.
Have you had a chance to talk to Jonathan Gannon, the DC yet?
The defense coordinator. Yes, I have. I actually talked to him, Washburn. I forgot the D-line coach name right now.
Jeremiah Washburn, who's the assistant, I think. Yeah.
Correct.
And then you got why are we even forgetting his name? Jesus Christ.
Shoot, sorry,
the defensive line coach.
There you go. The light went out. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
Never mind. Tracy Rocker.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I'll talk to them. I had some good conversations with them. I'm very excited to hop on board. They're excited for me to get to work, and everything is so far so good.
So, can we break some news now with you and tell us? Did you choose a number?
I did not choose a number. Damn. I would love to have number 95 back. I had number
Yeah.
95 for the past 7-8 years.
I don't think that's taken.
No,
Actually,
I'm trying to think. I think
I
you might
think
be
it is
right.
because I've seen a linebacker or something like that.
Oh,
Last
is it?
line,
He's been with you guys for 2 years now.
95. No, Jannard Avery's 58. I'm looking right now. Now I gotta look.
I was
Because
thinking it might be
Barnett's
one of the rookies.
96. Barnett's 96.
It was somebody that had 95.
Sweat's 94. Williams is 93.
I think you're in the clear. Oh,
Oh, Joe Osman. Joe Osman, 95.
it's Tui Pulatu.
Oh,
Has it right
am I
now.
looking? Am I looking? I just saw Joe Osman at 95. Two guys had 95.
Yeah.
Damn, that's really taken. Two guys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to bargain. I'm gonna have to bargain with them, man. Man, I definitely don't want to break that.
Yeah.
You got 99 is a solid number. That's available too. You know, we got some good numbers left.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not 95.
You know, it's hard to break that number when you had it for almost a decade.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. You got a signature sack celebration?
Man, it's one where you ever seen where I'm not sure if you guys watch DJ Reader where he's like he's brushing, like he's moving something like with a broomstick or something, like sweeping stuff out the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
That one's hard. I have to take that. Sorry, DJ, I have to take that.
We got two. We got the I think D-line does the kick down the door one, right? The knock, and then the foot. So we got that one.
Yeah,
and then Fletch will do the army crawl too.
How you do that one?
I don't know. He just gets
the army crawl.
Yeah,
he just
army crawl.
crawls.
That one army
and then
crawl.
He's just like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that one's pretty.
Oh, that's so good, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have to get him to show you, let you on those as well when you talk to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we know that. So before we talked a lot about the NFL. So let's talk more about you. So you said you grew up in Missouri and all that. So how did you end up at Arizona State? You go from sub-zero. You get sub-zero weather, and you go to sun all the time. What's going on? Like they don't even have daylight savings out there. Like, so what are you doing out there?
That's a good question, man. I mean, growing up, I was more of a basketball than a football, player. Mm-hmm. I didn't start taking football serious until like my sophomore, junior year in high school. I always thought I was going to go to the NBA and play until I realized I've been playing center all my life and I couldn't dribble to save my life. Then I had a serious talk with my coach. I think my junior year in high school, he was like, you can't do both basketball and football in college. You got to pick either or. So I just figured my right mind that I was gonna go with football, and not having the experience as many people played in Pop Warner and growing up playing football and definitely getting here now. I'm definitely grateful for it and just using my God-given ability to dominate and do what I got to do to get the job done and. Yeah, when I heard about Arizona State, I didn't hear about them until my senior year in high school. I think we was allowed like 5 official visits back then. I don't know if it's still now, but I remember going to Purdue and Michigan. No, I went to Purdue and I went to Arizona State, so I didn't take the rest of the 3. But I remember when I went to Arizona State, as soon as I touched down, I fell in love with the campus. The atmosphere of the game was crazy. I walked on campus and toured around campus, and the weather was beautiful in October, November-ish. I'm like, what?
Yeah, right.
I've never experienced that, man. So after that, I was like, my people wanted me to go to Purdue. I wanted to go to Arizona State. And it was like, son, at the end of the day, this is your career, your journey. So I said, okay, for sure. Let's go to Arizona State.
Yeah, they got some pretty clean unis too. I like their jerseys.
Yeah. Uniforms are outstanding, man. Yeah. I remember my years there. We had some all gold uniforms.
The All Blacks are nice too.
All Blacks. Yeah, I remember playing All Black against Michigan State. I think it was in 2018. Yeah, my redshirt senior year. Yeah, we had some great combinations.
Now, how was it? How was it playing for Mr. Eagle, Herm Edwards?
Mr. Herm Edwards. I was just talking to him a few weeks ago. It was a great experience. He ran an NFL, style practice. Treated like a, when it was game day, treated like, he was in the league and everything. He really took, things and really took things to heart in a good way. He told us, the ins and outs. He said basically, if you playing good, you won't be on that field. And if you're not, then you're not. It's different from, in college when you're not playing good, but on the team, you're just sitting, or you're suited up but not playing. But in the league, if you're not doing your thing, everybody know, obviously, like, somebody out there is going to do better than you. They're going to find another person, but it's all business and everything. So I definitely learned a lot from Coach Edwards, and he's a great guy, and he's definitely going to be changing that program Arizona State around for sure.
Has he ever hit you guys with a hello, like that Jets press conference, like you play to win the game?
To win the game. You play. He says that to this day.
He still says it to this day.
Still says it to this day.
Jesus.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm curious. You talked about basketball, and usually I think for a long time when we were talking about basketball players converting to football, we were thinking tight end, receiver. But I think especially over the last couple of years, maybe even longer than that, we're starting to see more versatility in that regard, and a lot more defensive linemen. What do you think? What do you think kind of translate when you're switching over? What do you think helped from your basketball background to the position playing defensive tackle?
Oh shoot! Basketball, obviously, you got to have a lot of footwork. My motor was just continuous, and it's crazy of how my senior year in high school I was like 6'5", 250. So when I hopped right into college playing football and everything, things acclimated well. But when I redshirted, I put on a lot of muscle, I believe. At the end of the season, my freshman year, I was like 275. So that was like, what is it, about 25 pounds, 25 pounds? Yeah. And I just kept jumping from there. And man, just, the biggest thing is you just take it all in and being fundamentally sound, because, a lot of people like to do, finesse things and everything. But, most coaches nowadays just like, I want you to do this. If you can do that, you're going to be on the field. But make a play too. Just don't be like no robot just sitting there on the line of scrimmage and not being productive and everything. But everything transitioned well. A lot of football, not a lot of basketball drills and conditioning wise and everything. It fit right into place. So right at the basketball, we hit the football. Then after that season, hit right to basketball in high school. So now that it was like full time for playing football, now it's just about getting better fundamentally. Day by day, and having that listening experience and everything from the coaches who played in the league, who went to the Hall of Fame and all that stuff. So
I would think like maybe like box out drills, help you out there, especially on the line, and the footwork there, trying spin moves. I coach basketball on the high school level, so a lot of when I'm teaching my guys to box out, I teach if guys going one way, swim move the other way and just box out. Use your hips. So especially when you're on the defense line, you're trying to swim past the offensive lineman. I would think especially, and even going up for a rebound, going up and trying to tip the ball from the passer, and trying to get a little thing like that. So definitely a lot of transition, things that can transition very, very nicely from basketball to football. You say you're trying to get up in weight and all that. So the obvious question here is it was bulking season, obviously. What was that meal? What was that go-to meal that you had to have to help you get up in that weight to such a drastic weight change?
Man, you saying back in college?
Yeah, when you're trying to bulk up, what was that meal? Like,
I mean, honestly,
or meals, like if it's a multiple meals.
Not chili cheese dogs.
Honestly, I ate a lot of salmon and, chicken and rice with carbs, um, the vegetables and everything. I took a protein shake after I worked out, and I drank the protein shake, before I go to bed, 20-25 minutes prior to, maintain my calories as I go to sleep, because we lose a lot of calories as we go to sleep and everything.
You gotta drink that casein, the slow digesting protein just stays
Exactly.
in there.
It's this one protein I still take today. It's called Sleeping Giant. You can get it on Amazon, where it's protein related, and you maintain your calories at nighttime. And just the food and everything at the stadium just helped me to keep my weight, or make me gain weight. So we had the cooks and everything to make us eggs and sausages and all that stuff, protein bowls. So it was definitely good to have people on our end to help us recover with the foods and drinks and take home food after and everything. So that definitely helped me out a lot.
Now, okay, so let's say the coaches aren't watching you and all that stuff. So what's now really the meal that you can eat that the coaches don't get? They're not watching. You know what?
Eat day, man.
I don't have
True.
I
I
don't
mean,
have to
right
eat right
now,
now. I don't have to eat nice and healthy right now. I'm just
right
gonna
now, yeah.
dig in.
Right now, I'm having some fried chicken right now with some green beans and mac and cheese and cornbread and some
There you go.
Kool-Aid on the side.
There you go.
Is that what you're serving at the wedding as well? You know.
Oh no, it's gonna be
Nice.
beef and chicken, and we have some vegetarians coming, so
Oh, of course.
got some
There you
tried.
go. So, but what about the happy hour? You got some stations out there for the happy hour and all that stuff. So, like little picking stations for the hors d'oeuvres and all that.
That's a good question. I'm gonna ask my fiance for that. She's in control for all that, and I'm just
that's
saying.
I feel you on that. My wife was the same way. So, but I told her I made sure I was like, we have a sushi station. I need a sushi station. So we had a sushi station. So,
yeah, we got this little fudge station or something like that. Yeah,
Fun,
like
dude.
dip your strawberries and all that stuff in and all that.
You got a signature drink at this wedding?
Man, so Hennessy and Coke.
All right.
It's weird, but we name like signature drinks after our dogs.
So what's your dog's name?
So I have a blue nose pit bull. His name is Cohese. I have a Rottweiler whose name Bruno, so we call it the Bruno, which is Hennessy and Coke, or the Cohese, which is like vodka and cranberry or something like that.
Another classic.
I don't even remember mine.
Yeah.
I got a little too drunk that day. It was probably something like a Jack and Coke or something like that. It's probably
too
crazy.
I don't chase, man. I don't chase. I mean, I rarely drink, but when I do have a little sip here and there, a lot. I can't do the chases, man. It's like I either drink it or I don't.
How old are the dogs?
So my Rottweiler, he just turned 1, and he's actually 120 pounds right now.
Jeez.
Massive.
Okay.
A blue nose pit, he's 5 years old. He's only like 70, 75 pounds.
Yeah, those Rottweilers get big.
They get huge. Yeah, we had the biggest boy out the litter.
Yeah, when I was growing up down in the Bronx, there was a house down the street from me. They had 4 Rottweilers. They were all huge.
Massive.
They're all big. Like everybody was so scared of him and scared of them. And one day I remember vividly, and I think I was like 7 or 8. I ran right to them, and the number one rule, especially with dogs like that, you don't run to the dogs. They're gonna be like, don't do that. But they ran to me, and I remember my dad and the owner of the dogs like, oh shit, he's gonna die. Like this dog's gonna take the shreds, and they all jumped at me and started licking my face. Like they were like the sweetest dogs.
That's what I'm saying. I just tell people, because Rottweilers and blue nose pit bulls and all them, they have bad reputations, and I just feel like, honestly, I feel like it's just how you, how they grow up in your household. You treat them bad or you treat them good, and who your dog surrounds with, and all that. Both of my dogs are, stocky, but they're very playful, very goofy, and they're spoiled. So like, you ain't finna when they come to you, there's gonna be, you know, in open hands, ready to lick your face and you know, ready to crawl up on you and everything. Versus, you know, somebody just seen him on the street, just, you know, automatically judging, hey, he's gonna rip your face off, or you never know what this dog might do to you and everything. So
Right.
That's all about how you raise them
grew
too.
I grew up around dogs too, and like I've never been scared of dogs. But one of my friends' sisters was babysitting their friend's Bernie's mountain dog. Massive, right? And that one I kind of had a second take. I was like, oh, I don't know what that one. But it's so friendly, man. You just, you know, you warm up to them and they warm up to you. But like,
so I'm saying my fiance a year or two ago, she had a Brazilian Mastiff. And he was 2 years old, and he was like standing like 6'4", 6'5", like 200 pounds at 2 years old. I'm like, bro, what?
In the back of your head,
what you're eating.
Yeah, honestly.
So
he's on that fish and rice diet too.
Man, it's crazy.
So back to football a little bit. So we got another question from one of our loyal followers, Duck. You said you spoke to Jonathan Gannon a little bit. Have you gotten a hell of the playbook, and have you gotten a sense of what his defense will like, or what your role will be like? I know in Cincinnati they kind of deployed you all over the line. You know, and with Gannon, what we saw last year, and this was a little shot at Gannon from Fletch, you know, earlier in the season when he said out loud, I'm not getting paid to cover screens. So have you got a sense of, are you going to be more of a primarily, you know, like used inside,
so to professionally answer that question, because I don't want anything to be, you know, leaked out and everything. For one, no, I have not received a playbook yet, and two, I've talked with, you know, the defensive coordinator, and he told me, you know, the positions that I will be filled in as to help me to become successful. And, you know, I'm excited to where he wants me to be lined up, and everything is going to be great from this day on.
Cool.
Sounds good to us.
Now, you know, one of those things is, you know, not going too much into it, but one of those things that the Eagles have always done is a pretty heavy rotation at the defensive tackle position, and moving people around as well, and versatility. Now that's something you did more of with the Bengals than you did in college. Do you like moving around? Is that exciting to get different angles?
Yeah, I don't mind moving around at all. It definitely helps you and gets you a better background of being more versatile instead of just being in, you know, one position, you know, the whole time. But the coach feel like you can move around and do different things to help the team succeed, and by all means, tell me where to line up and I'll do it.
Right. Of course. Gotta get on the field somehow, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, for sure.
That's right. So you know, before we let you go, you know, obviously, you know, most fans of really any team are only set on watching their own team. You know, there's not so many people out there that are like, you know what, I love the Eagles, but I also like to follow, you know, this player or this team and that team. Like you know, with Cincinnati, for me, you know, and I'm sure, you know, Morgan and our other co-host Brian, we like to watch other teams, especially teams with fan bases that are like so. Well, before this year, we're so starved for a good team, you know, like with you guys, with well, not you guys, with your former guys, with Buffalo, especially, you know, for me, because I went to school in upstate New York, you know, with those fan bases that have been so starved with not success, and they finally get success. That's good for, you know, for people like us to see. So they may not know, you know, what type of guy you are. So with you coming now to the Eagles and being the newest member of that fierce defensive line, you know, what kind of guy, what kind of player should we expect to go out there, you know, every Sunday, Monday, and maybe hopefully not like this year with Tuesday. I don't want to see that again.
Right.
They played on Tuesday and Thursdays. Like this year, we had games on 5 of the 7 days of the week.
Right. So people should expect, you know, me coming in to be an intelligent, non-fearing man, you know, on the field and giving it all that he can and leaving it all out on the field. And regardless of, you know, the situations that happen outside of football, soak that all in and, take care of business outside, but take care of business inside the facility and, being dominant and not making no excuse or pointing fingers saying, oh, he did this or he did that. Being a leader and taking accountability of what's going on and what's happening and how we can fix it and move forward from there.
Actually, now really before you go, who was I'm sorry, I do this a lot. I think of questions in my head as I say. Who was, while you were in Cincinnati or maybe even in college, if these players were harder, who was the hardest player to tackle? You played a few different teams while in Cincinnati, mainly all AFC teams. So there's a lot of talent out there, running back, at quarterback, wide receiver, and all the guys that you could send to the ground. Who was the hardest guy? Like as soon as you had your hands on him, he was like, "Nah, I'm out of here."
I feel like the most challenging one, most challenging player so far will be Nick Chubb.
I had that in my head because he's in your division. That dude squats like 800
has
pounds.
Sweet feet. The man is just,
Does everything,
he does not care if you're coming at him. Man, the yards after contact is
crazy.
ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
and you really have to wrap your body around him, or is he going to let loose? As we've seen plenty of times, this past season and the season that he's been in the league and everything.
Now I don't know if you've seen the schedule for next year yet, but so you got obviously you got the division games. You got Washington. You got there you have Antonio Gibson and I forget his backup's name. Who cares? You got Dallas. You got Zeke. You got to try and tackle Zeke now.
Exactly.
He's a big
Possibly
boy.
Saquon. We don't know.
Possibly Saquon. Who knows if he stays with the Giants or not?
So what y'all think? Saquon gonna stay or what? What are you guys' opinions?
He deserves better. He deserves better.
It sounds like the coaching staff wants to keep everyone, but if he stays this year, he's not gonna stay next year. I don't think
he deserves better than the Giants.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to tackle Miles in practice too, right? So that's another thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you get the other Penn State, star. So it's it's Miles, and Miles is pretty good talent too.
For sure.
You got Indianapolis. You got Jonathan Taylor. Coming
he's great. A great back for sure.
So you got Green Bay with newly signed again Aaron Rodgers, and so you got Aaron Jones, Corey Dillon.
DeAndre Swift. I'm playing Detroit. I'm trying to get there. That would be my first Eagles game in person.
Wow, that would be nice.
Man, nice. That will be awesome.
You got Pitt again. You got Pittsburgh again. I know
Pittsburgh.
So your former rivals, and you got them back. I think that's a home game. So you don't have to worry about going back to terrible Pittsburgh.
He said terrible Pittsburgh.
I've been there once, and I just did not like being in there. It's
really.
It was just too gloomy for me. It was just like everybody was sad. It was just like it was. I mean, this was back in 2011, I think.
That's years back.
That was a long time ago. Okay, I'm old. All right, I turned 33 next week. So
no, you still young. You good.
Yeah, my back doesn't feel that way. You go return back to Arizona next year. So you play at Arizona.
Oh, that's perfect.
Next year, so you go back home a little bit.
That's a long flight.
Yeah.
So we'll see what time. Hopefully that's a December game for you, so you don't have to worry about being in Philly from December.
Exactly.
You got Derrick Henry next year.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
That's a big boy. Dalvin Cook, Minnesota.
Yep, Dalvin Cook.
Whoever Houston decides to put at running back.
Right.
They never know what the hell they're doing. Chicago and Montgomery. You got David Montgomery.
Yeah.
So pretty good backs next year. I mean, whoever Jacksonville wants to play running back, and Alvin Kamara and New Orleans. Well, isn't he still arrested? Or did he get post bail from Las Vegas?
That's a great question.
I don't remember. But yeah. So we obviously when I reached out to your agents, definitely wanted to get you on. Very excited. Despite with my thing with the draft, no matter what round you're in, you're a highly talented prospect just to get drafted. So a very talented guy coming out of Arizona State. you know, a lot of eyes on you. When, and I know I'm dragging this on. I'm sorry. When you were drafted, well, first of all, how, you know, what was the process like there? Would you know the Bengals were interested in you the whole way, did you ever talk to other teams like after?
Yeah, the crazy thing is, like during my draft process, at the Senior Bowl and at the Combine, I've only spoken to the Bengals once throughout my whole process, and I didn't even imagine or even cross my mind of me getting drafted by the Bengals in April, because I was interested in talking to other teams more than I have with the Bengals, obviously. And then when they came out and drafted me, I was very surprised, but yet very excited to, you know, having the opportunity to get drafted, you know, once in a lifetime.
Who did you talk to the most?
Man, I believe the Chargers, I believe. Man, that was a long time ago. I honestly forgot, but I just remember that, you know, during the process, I only talked to the Bengals once, and that was at the Combine when I remember that process when coaches was all in different tables, and you had like assigned coaches to where you go over there and talk to them and greet them and everything, and speak it up with them for about 10 minutes, and then go to your next destination.
What do you think of these 40 times we've been getting this year?
Absolutely, like
nuts.
Nuts. I'm like, this man.
They must have changed the term.
This guy from I forgot the man. The guy from Georgia.
Jordan Davis, who's like a freaking who's freaking like 4 refrigerators
pounds,
in one.
487, 497, something like that. I'm like, bro,
crazy.
How?
I mean,
it's a different game now.
You're no slouch yourself. I was looking at your you know, there's a guy that we know, Kent LaPlante, who puts together these athletic scores, and you out of 10 coming out, you scored a 9.74, which is outstanding. And you had, you know, your vertical 32 inches, your broad jump, you know, 9 feet 1 inch. Your 40 was 5 flat. You know, your 10-yard slip 175. So all of that stuff, that's for a guy your size, that's incredible.
Exactly.
That's something that's very, very welcome on that Eagles defensive line.
Yeah, I was always the one to be competitive, especially in the weight room back in Arizona State. I always wanted to deadlift the most, squat the most, bench the most, and everything, power clean and all that. And I actually feel like a certain type of way when somebody, you know, tries to outwork me or tries to outlift me and everything. That was just always something that's been in my blood for the longest.
So you're saying you wanted to be in Indy running that 40 again, eh? After you ran the 4.7,
it took a lot of preparation to get to that 5 flat.
Yeah,
it took a lot of preparation.
That's moving. That is moving. But yeah. So thank you again. You know, I'm definitely done. I'm done for now. I promise. So thank you again for joining us. You know, taking the time out of your life, very, very busy life. You know, again, for those that missed, you know, Renell is getting married this weekend. You know, and congratulations to you. Congratulations to your fiance. Wish you guys the best. We wish you the best, you know, this season. Obviously, you know, you're one of us now. You know, we can't wait to, you know, see you take down Dak Prescott to the ground.
Exactly.
You know, it's and stuff. Ezekiel, that overrated Dallas team. You know, it's, you know, and we do have one request. We've asked every Eagles player to do this, and they've all done it.
Yep.
Can you just say fuck Dallas just once?
In your own words.
In your own words. You don't have to say fuck Dallas. In your own words. I mean, you are an Eagle now, so it's allowed.
Man.
We'll put you on the spot. You can pass.
You can pass. It's fine.
Pass.
It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's all right. It's all right.
Some are you and the Cowboys, huh?
We know it's in your head. Don't worry. You know,
yeah. Right. When you're here for a Cowboy week,
you'll feel you'll feel the excitement and the hatred once it's Dallas week.
I'm looking forward to that for you. It's exciting.
Yeah,
okay. Do you replay Dallas once or twice?
Twice. The division game. So, so no matter what time of the year it is, no matter if we're both. Well, this won't happen, but it doesn't matter if both teams are 0-16 and going into the 17th game. You know, it's
that one matters most.
It's Dallas. Mm-hmm. It's Dallas. They hate them the most, more than the Giants. I mean, you know, fuck the Giants and the Commanders too. But it's
I got
Dallas.
used to it.
Dallas is awful. But
Okay, I got you.
Now, Renell, do you wanna shout out where people can find you, where people can follow you before we forget to give you the
Okay,
opportunity?
yeah, for sure. You can follow me on Twitter, Renell_Wren, and Instagram. It's not an underscore for Instagram. It's just a straight Renell Wren, RENELLWREN. Shout out to Chris and Morgan for blessing me with this opportunity to get on their podcast.
Anytime.
It was a great time. 55 minutes long, but it was definitely well worth it.
we appreciate that. We told you we fall right in between that range.
That's what I'm saying. I'm definitely appreciative for the time that we put in, and it was definitely very interesting with the questions I've been asked and all that, and I was greatly to answer them.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate that.
And we wish you the best. We wish you for a 25 sack season and all that, everything. And
yes, sir.
And as always, like we always end the podcast, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Yes, sir. Fly Eagles fly.
Fly Eagles fly. You've been doing your homework. I appreciate that.
All right.